All right, boys and girls, this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Go to the App Store, download Prize Picks. Pick more or less on your favorite players, NBA, NHL, UFC, boxing, for a chance to win 100 times your money. It's available in states like Texas, California, 30 more, plus Canada. Right now, it's a great time to play. When you sign up, use code TIMBO, and new users who place a $5 lineup will receive $50 instantly. So it's a guaranteed win. That's Prize Picks, code TIMBO. Back to the program. Okay, boys and girls, back again. We got some special guests today. It's going to be a good one. We got the legend Joe Diesel Riggs joining us as usual. And then coach of, probably right now, it's got to be the top 2 pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Merab BREAKDOWN. We got John Wood joining us today. Long-time MMA coach. Been around for a long, long time. So let's get down to the bottom of it. Let's get serious. Get that posture up. Grab a refreshment. All right. Johnny, thank you, brother, for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, man.
So, we have Merab defending the belt this weekend against Petr Yan, and everyone is counting out Petr Yan. I understand. Merab's a fucking machine. He already 50-45'd him. Petr Yan is a scary motherfucker, and it's a big cage, and supposedly, who knows, I know everyone's dealing with injuries all the time, but supposedly his right hand was hurt last time. Did you talk to Merab and you were like, Merab, are you sure you want to do this in 2 months?
Dude, yes, I did. And Petr Yan is a scary motherfucker, and Petr Yan, I do believe, is one of the most well-rounded, dangerous mixed martial artists out there. Nothing but respect for him, and I don't take the first fight in any kind of that's over and done. Those are 2 different guys now. Um, Going into that first fight, Petr Yan saying he hurt his hand, great. Well, guess what? Merab's hand was broken going into that fight too, and literally was the size of a baseball. I can't believe he got cleared. I can't believe he could put his hand in a glove. And the one thing is, there's injuries in every camp. This guy does not even, he gets pissed if I find out that he has an injury. He doesn't like it. He just comes in, does his thing, and he's the same, injured, not injured, sick. I've never seen anything like it. So I think the playing field is still, even. I obviously, as a coach, I would love to have him take more time off, just for the fact of we're playing in a very high stakes game with the best in the world. So any of that shit can change like that. So I prefer to, rest the bumps and bruises. But the thing about Merab, man, is that he's back in the gym the next week doing the same shit anyways. Like, he's literally back helping his partners, sparring. He trains like he's got a title fight every single day, whether he does or not. So it wasn't a hard switch up for me to go, this is so different. Let's not do this. It was a pretty easy thing. Plus, he beat me to it. I think the next day after the fight, he was in Hunter's office. Hey, I want this fight. Hey, I want this fight. And they, told him no at first, and he said, no, I want it. I want to break this record. I want to do it. So I feel pretty confident. The camp, I'll tell you this, there's a lot of coming in with a champ. This, when you're a champion, you get a lot more bullshit thrown at you and a lot more time consuming things on the outside. But honest to God, he has leveled up in this time frame more than I have ever seen him in any camp in the last 6 years. It's mind blowing. Everybody sits around and is just like, what is this dude? Like, what? How? Like, just the confidence that he took out of that last fight and moving into this fight, it's insane.
Yeah, many people have told me that you'll put in there a fresh guy with him each round, and he's breaking every single guy, even in the 4th and 5th. It reminds me of Benson Henderson back when Benson was like the champion.
Almost a game.
He would be breaking every single, and the guys are high level too.
Yeah, most guys in the UFC at that point, for sure.
It's like, holy fuck.
I listen, man. I'm a firm believer. I like guys to get rounds, back-to-back rounds with guys, because they start to get looks. You start to get that real feeling. Oh, he's getting tired too. I'm getting tired. Now the game has changed. We're looking at different structures. We're looking at different techniques that we use within that. And I'm a firm believer that I'm not a big fan of like, hey, let's just Shark Tank guys, fresh guy, everything. It's just an unrealistic look. We don't need the cardio aspect. That shit's there no matter what. But on most guys, honestly, like have a 1 to 2 round max with him, and he'll go 6 rounds. And I'm not kidding, Tim. His 6th round will look better than his first round. It's insane. And we're talking, a full go with these guys. I tell these guys what to do, how to beat him in a round. And alls it does is that happens for a minute or two, and then he gets pissed off and he ends up destroying. It's just great. We have a great, thank God, we have such a room that we have, like with so many young up and comers and so many tough Georgians, Ukrainians, Russians, guys that just go in there, balls to the wall. And I've never seen anything like it. I really haven't.
Yeah, and it does with Merab. I never really. I mean, it's until we fought him. I'm like, this guy is. His fight IQ is very fucking high, and he doesn't just shoot out of nowhere. He has such a good eye on when to shoot, when he's safe. I'm like, Sean is such a sniper. His reaction time's so good. He's usually in good enough balance to fucking smoke somebody at any time. But Merab, his timing was just fucking crazy good.
Fuck yeah.
What and that's something we've just worked on over the years. I realized real quick seeing Rob with first, even when he first got here, I was like, ew, his style is pretty nasty and ugly.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking at it, and I was like, wait, he makes that work really good. He's got the vision, the timing. When you have a fighter that has the vision, and the timing of that stuff, that's if you've got that with some toughness and some skill, holy shit, you can build. And Sean has that. Sean, that was a very scary fight for us going in the first one. I was like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I remember sitting to my wife one night, because the buildup for that fight was so big. I was like, is he gonna fucking kill Merab?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, is he gonna knock his head off like everybody's saying? And I went back and watched a bunch of fights, and I was just like, okay, I think we're gonna be fine. But because Sean has that ability too,
Mm-hmm.
he's just like you said, he's a sniper, so that's scary with what kind of we have. But I will tell you right now that I have never seen a fight IQ and a level of vision and reaction from anybody at any time in all of my years doing this as Marab, and it's getting better. The crazy thing is that he is getting better, and I just don't know where it stops. It's a fight game, so eventually something could, go wrong, and we just have to try to make sure that we're accounting for all those things that can go wrong. But dude, the deal is like really with Marab is keeping him in that controlled chaos, keeping it look ugly, keeping it look weird, because that weirdness messes with people's timing more than anything.
Yeah,
But his timing and vision, it's unremarkable.
yeah, he's like got this like herky jerky weird rhythm to him, and you can tell. I mean, when he started flurrying on Corey Sandhagen, almost TKO'd him. You can tell just how fucking high his confidence is, and how dangerous that is that he's that confident. And is he gonna try to knock Petr Yan out?
I will tell you this. I think he's going to try to knock Petr Yan out. I think he's going to try to submit Petr Yan, and I think he's going to try to TKO Petr Yan.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of those things are on the table, and the difference between Merab before, or even like the first O'Malley fight and those things, is that I've been telling him we've been working everything that you're seeing. We've been working for years, and I've been slowly saying, man, listen, when you want to start finishing guys or knocking guys out, you can do it. It's there. The tools and those things are happening. And then the confidence grew in the room. He really started believing those things, and the submissions started happening in the room. The KOs, the landing strikes and dropping people started happening in the room. And then that's when we were able to go. And like I said, that after the second O'Malley fight, really builds his confidence. And then, like I said, with Sandhagen, like I am so blown away at how much more confident, how much he's leveled up in this fight. I really do think, that he's got a really good chance to finish Peter. And now, no disrespect to Peter, who's a phenomenal fighter. Like I said, I respect completely, and I know he's coming out hard, and he's gonna try to, knock him out. Because realistically, let's be real, you're not winning a 5 round fight with Marab.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we train for those things. We train for, go ahead, come out as hard as you can, please. Come out throwing, come out to take that head off, knock him out, put a knee through his face, use that right hand that was broken before, do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, you're having
it's just
you're having a
got
lot
plans.
of guys from other countries come and train, and a lot of studs too. A lot of studs. Is there ever like a language barrier between some of these guys?
No, it's crazy. They all speak like 15 languages. All the Russians, Georgians, Ukrainians, they
What?
all speak the same language. Chechens, they all know. I feel like everybody knows. Everybody in my gym knows how to speak Russian.
Mhm.
So they all have that level. No, there is no communication barriers. We got that young kid Mark Volgodin who had that crazy contender fight,
Mhm.
uh, that fight of the year fight of best fight, craziest fight of ever on contenders. He's here now, rushing with one of his buddies, Georgie, and phenomenal guys, and they're in there sparring. He's been giving great looks. Everybody, it's just it's crazy when the foreigners come. They just feel so at home because everybody here just connects. It's one big family. You know, the Georgian family, the Russian family. We got them all, and
Nice.
it all works great.
Dude, hell yeah. So I don't know if I met you, but I remember seeing you when I was 21 years old. I was in Vegas with Cody McKenzie, Michael Chiesa, a group of these guys. I think we were there for the
Yep.
Ultimate Fighter, and we were at
Yep.
your gym, I believe it was, Throwdown. Was that
Mhm.
what it's called?
I think it was. That was way what year was that, you think?
21, so I was 14 years ago, so that would be 2011.
Yeah, that might have been in the gym right before we switched name to Syndicate. That might have been the actual throwdown gym.
Yeah, so you've been around doing this for a long time. You've lived in Vegas most of your life?
Yep, 40 years now. 40
Sheesh.
years. So I'm a Vegas boy.
Damn, that is badass. And were you part owners in that Throwdown gym?
Oh yeah, so I've owned the gym from day one. So the original way it went is I was at the Las Vegas Combat Club back with Ricardo Perez, and that's where I started 25, 26 years ago with him. And well, I started in Vegas. That's where I came back to Vegas. I was training in Arizona, actually, out in your neck of the woods before that. But I started with him and then had an opportunity to kind of partner and do like a small gym. So in 2004, we opened a 2,000 square foot, just little like MMA jiu-jitsu gym. Was there for a few months and then realized really quick that running a business, running a gym is not like what you think it's gonna be. And the business shit came into play real quick. And it kind of went upside down fast. And that's when, started looking around. Luckily at the time, the owner of Zions, his kid trained at my gym, and so met him and did some stuff, and then we ended up doing a sponsorship deal with them. So we became Zions Training Center, and from there on out, it really was. So from 2004, I've owned this gym. 2003, 2004. It was basically putting whatever name on the building that would help keep everything afloat, that would help sponsor to do the whole deal. And so we went from Zions Training Center to Warrior Training Center to Throwdown. And about after the Throwdown days, I was tired of promoting other people's brands and things. So that's when we made the fight team was always Sin City Syndicate. Syndicate MMA. That was always the name of the fight team. So we just switched over and took the whole gym to Syndicate MMA.
Yeah, I mean, people don't realize. They think it's just easy. All you got to do is get some mats, get some bags, and then you're just going to fill up. It's like, especially back in that day without Instagram,
Oh,
without social media, without Facebook ads, without all this stuff. It's like, okay, we're open. And 2 people came in this week. Fuck.
yeah. And the thing is too is you don't even realize. Okay, so you have most gyms you have a class schedule in the morning, you have a class schedule at night. But if you ain't there, if someone's not there, signing up members all day for that one walk-in that comes in, those two walk-ins that come in the afternoon, if you miss that, dude, that's detrimental. So you either have to be there all damn day or you have to pay somebody to be there. And people don't realize like all the little costs and everything that comes in dedication to doing this. If you don't, I try to tell people all the time, if you don't love coaching, if you don't love this beyond everything else, and definitely do not ever think about doing it as a business. And you probably shouldn't be in coaching anyway, because you know the drill. It's a very thankless, selfless job. We are there for these guys, for these people. And it becomes a grind. Like this is, we're moving into business. I know you just opened a gym and I see you and Sean doing great things all over an open business. You have to have a business sense and run this whole thing like a business or it's not going to be in business or there's a lot of little gyms where if you want to keep the 2,000 square foot 4,000, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I loved it. But that, you can sustain that a little bit easier, but it's still a full time gig. Any business that you own is rugged. But yeah, it's been a struggle, dude. And honestly, the last 10 years have eased up. The last 5 years have been amazing. The last 3 years have been worth every penny. Worth every penny of sweat, blood, tears, the whole deal. It's
Yeah,
been
that's
great.
badass. We just opened up our Pickle Dojo, the pickleball facility. It's a
I
goddamn
saw
ghost.
that.
It's a ghost town over there, so that'll be going under shortly. So
God, no.
no,
Well,
no.
bro, like I just was talking to my wife this morning. I was like, dude, I gotta go talk to Merab today. We need to open. You know what? I'm opening a pickleball gym out here, so we're gonna introduce something. I was like, that's rad, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, thanks. So I mean, everyone's goal always is to usually buy the building they're in. One day I'll be able to get there. Did you end up buying your building?
We did, man. We did. It was
That's
such a
awesome.
crazy thing. I just actually before this got at a meeting with the budget with my property manager now, and I was like, oh my god. I look at my wife. I was like, should we sell this? Like, we've owned it for 3 months now. Like, oh, I think, but it was in the works, man. It's been in the works for a long time. Just I tried a few years ago, and everything in Vegas is owned by massive commercial property, so it makes it really hard. They don't sell; they're just buying up. This whole complex is owned by a doctor, and so a few years ago, I tried to really I tried. I was like, hey, is it an option? And I didn't even know if I could do it. And he said no, and the price was really good. Well, 3 years, 4 years later, the price has doubled, but it became an option.
Yeah.
And so, like, everybody that I went through financial that, looked at it and said, dude, you got to do it. You're never going to get this deal again. We're the prime location where you can throw a rock and hit the PI over here, one of the busiest corners in the street, market vision. You can see it from the street visible, and so we decided, you know what, let's do it, let's make a run for it, and honestly made that play. And when the numbers started coming back, what we had to come up with and what we had to do, didn't have it, to be honest. Like,
Hmm.
I had no idea how the hell we were even going to make this happen. I said yes. I put a huge chunk of money, whatever I had, in the earnest account, in the escrow, and said, we've got 4 months to figure it out. Let's figure it out. But the good Lord, made it happen. And obviously, a bunch of good fights happened at the right time,
Hmm.
and everything just came together, dude. And so now it's like, it honestly, one of the biggest dreams of my life, is to be able to have this, knowing that we don't have to move, knowing that it's something I can hand to my kids, knowing that, like, financially, it's a massive savings account. Everything we put into it now is ours. When we sell it, it's there. It's not, just throwing money into the wind. But I'll tell you what, dude, it failed. The process failed 3 4 times before we got to somewhere where it was like, okay, we can do it. I remember saying, we're done. It's not going to happen. And I woke up at like 3 in the morning. I was like, nah, screw this. I called my guy at 4 in the morning. I said, make it happen. I don't care. We'll figure it out. And
Damn.
it's happened, dude. And it's amazing, dude. It really is. There's a little more stresses, like,
Hmm.
we got a couple tenants in here still until we take over the building. There's leaks, and somebody called, we got a leak. And I'm like, well, call somebody else to do that. And I was like, oh shit, that's on me now.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it does change a little. It changes a few things, but it's awesome.
Yeah, I always have respect for guys that have been in the sport for so long, because you get so many guys that come in, you go above and beyond for them, what you think is above and beyond, and you help them out. You spend your weekends away from your family to go travel and stay in some shitty hotel, and then somehow they lose a fight, and then you're the first one to blame. They start blaming you. You didn't do good enough, and then they leave the gym, and you're like, holy fuck, I just invested a lot of my time that I could be
Yep.
with my kids or with my family to go help this guy, and then they just skedaddle. And I see with a lot of MMA coaches that just burns them, and they don't even want to do it anymore.
It ruins them for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does become a defeating, job sometimes, and it's the weight of the world, and just falls on you. And that's the point of being a good coach. You got to go into that and realize that it's self-sacrifice. Coaching, fighting is all, it's very selfish. Coaching, if you're a true coach, you sacrifice, it's completely selflessness. You sacrifice the time with your kids, your family. You miss Christmases, you miss Thanksgiving, I've missed it all, and sleeping on the floor for $200, if that. I've lost more money coaching, investing time, and it all is investments. And in the way you have to look at it is, one, you need to present the culture that you want first off, and the culture and the kind of people you want around you, and you have to set those standards and set those practices in. Here's what I want. Here's what I believe. Two, you have to see if that works in that culture and you get these people and people react and holy shit, I want to be part of that. And then three, you have to see if the results of what you're doing like are actually working, which is we're judged by winning fights. And unfortunately, the job we do, and you've been on this, we've been in there together with, there's no doubt that we've trained our fighters as hard as we possibly can. Somebody's going to lose. That's the hard fact of it. So you have to set that culture and that standard ahead of time to make these guys realize, like, hey, we're going to do the best we can, and we are going to do everything we can to make you win. And sometimes it's not going to be enough. You can go out there. We've seen so many guys time after time walk out there, boom, 10 seconds, they're done. And that's just the way fighting is. Like someone else's training is just as hard as you to stop you at doing everything you're trying to do, to beat you up, to knock you out, to humiliate you in front of millions of people on the level that we're doing it. And you have to just kind of preset that culture to make sure that guys, like, listen, this is what we're up against, but we're going to do our fucking absolute hardest, absolute best to make sure that doesn't happen. Sometimes it's going to. And, as long as the results are you're winning way more than you're losing, then you have a good scale of saying, guys, it just happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
If it starts happening more than you want it to happen, that's when you have to have that honest conversation. And that happened to me a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We had a super bad 2 month run, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Syndicate's over. This is that. The gym's closed." It's like, no, 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 stop. I just had to clean some house and reset because to be successful in what we do, it is a no fail, no quit. It doesn't matter how terrible things can be. It doesn't matter what fighters leave. It doesn't matter this. As long as you're willing to make those changes, bring people in, do whatever is the best you can possibly do for these guys, then it's all going to work out. And for me, if there's things that I'm not the best at that I've had to adjust over the years and become a better coach, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it for these guys. Like I absolutely love this sport, win, lose, or draw. There's moments where, trust me, a couple hard nights go on. We've had a phenomenal 2 years. We haven't had 2 years. We have not lost more than a fight or two in a row. We haven't had a losing weekend in 2 years. And that just happened. And it's like, holy shit, but I have to look at the body of work and the things that we've done. And I always go back after those losses too. What could I have done better? What could we have done better? How can I fix myself to be a better coach for this guys? And it really is just a lot of self-reflection and just fucking endless dedication that we have to have for these guys.
Because it's always I like awkward for me. I mean, I usually try not to do it, but how do you go about like a pro fighter comes in, they want to train? Do you charge them a membership, or do you say we just do 10% of your purse? I know Kill Cliff, they charge every single professional $350 a month, and then they take 10%. Some gyms just do 10%. How do you go about having that combo?
It was tough, and that was a part of the thing that a couple of years ago that we changed. All those little things is like, listen, we are going to present. I brought in all the coaches that I felt that there's nothing that you guys are going to have some coaches at other gyms that they need, whatever. As long as you're not at another MMA gym, then sometimes I can deal with that. But we have the staff, we have the culture, we have the record, we have the reputation. You can see what's happening here. So it comes to know your worth, and a lot of fighters are very, they'll go train with a shitty ass coach for free. Somebody who's never even done anything. Somebody who's never even like, they took some pictures with somebody back in 2002. After they had a pad session, and all there's somebody. That's the craziness to our sport, is that there's not a lot of vetting in who's actually doing and teaching. And I set the standard of like, listen, here's what we do. You're going to pay a gym membership, and we give them a discounted gym membership,
Mm-hmm.
because some of these guys come in and they don't fucking fight for a year,
Mm-hmm.
and I still have to pay these coaches, and we still have to pay. So it's a 50-50. You scratch my back, I'm going to scratch your back. I'm going to make sure you get where you need to go. On top of that, when the camp starts, then I charge them the normal, the normal fight fee. We figure that out of what that is, but the standard is 10%.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's just the standard. Like, this is what we've set, and not too many people at first. Sometimes guys are always, but it's a hard thing, because we end up, like I said, going back to the sacrifice, and we'll go, oh, you know what, I want this guy to be successful, and I want this guy to do it, but dude, like, if you don't start training these guys to do it now, even my amateurs, we're going to do a full camp for an amateur, $50 for your camp.
Mhm.
It's just something. If you can't afford that $50, you're going to bring the coach coffee every day. But this is a give and take situation, so that when we do get to that level and everybody is owed their due and credit, that we're all already used to doing it. Because, man, you know this. If you don't adjust that shit early on, it gets real slippery real quick.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. So you guys have practice. How you usually go into practice? You guys have your pro practice at about 10:30.
11:30. 11:30 every day we do our pro practice. So we have classes come in. My morning is stacked where before that 11 practice, I do a lot of our pad work, a lot of, partner drills. We do our 11:30 practice. We get that done. We'll usually take a break and then I'll come back at night. Sometimes do a couple nights a week. I do a small group where I have ten guys that come in and we work over things and it's usually guys that are fighting in camp, knock that out. And then the rest of the week, guys that are in camp, I come back, we run their, partner drills, their sessions, all the stuff at night. With the expansion, we probably will add a nighttime MMA practice, just more drilling, more things like that. That's what we're looking to do. I'm probably going to open up a whole entire just MMA specific side that's just closed for our guys and the pros while everything else is going on, 'cause we have 1,000 members here. So it's
Sheesh.
pretty chaotic, but it's awesome because they all commingle great. But just adding and making sure, we schedule out the guys when you have camp, we schedule out your cage times, your sparring times, what coach is going to be coaching you during those cage times, doing those things so that the guys know, what's happening in that cage when they get in there. They've already done it hundred of times, and we know the verbiage, we know that stuff. We try to make everything. That's the one thing I will tell you, Tim. Like a few years ago, was really looking at like how do we make this more professional for the fighters? How do we make this? We live in the wild. MMA is the wild, wild west, and we're still figuring it out. I think the next generation is going to be amazing, but like you've been around for a while now and you fought and you've done these things, and it was like when you were fighting, a lot of it was probably just left up to, okay, we're going to figure this out as we go. I know
Mhm.
for me it was no
Structure.
structure to
Yeah.
anything.
Mhm.
So we have coaches meetings, we have coaches staff meetings, we meet to talk about what we're going to go over, the techniques for the week. We really try to take all of these things and make it easier for the fighter, where you just have to show up, we tell you what time, we tell you what's being done, and then we hold each other accountable to that. I have a team manager, my assistant Emily. She's now taken over the team manager spot, where she's the one that's organizing. She comes in sparring days, orchestrating everything all the way from the amateurs. We got 40, 50 amateurs, 80 pros at this point in time. So it's a lot. So we're trying to, like I said, more take of like that football approach of being a little more professional. So when the guys sit down with us, we have a camp meeting, we have a pre-camp meeting, mid-camp, we do a debrief after the fights, talking with the guys, what went right, what went wrong. It's so much more time, but the results are just they're you can't argue with the results of what's happened when we made the switch.
Mhm.
So it's just always constantly finding what to do better.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome. So do you have a like that your MMA manager girl? Does she get offers from promoters and then just kind of give the list of who you got back?
Every day we get swamped, and then a lot of times, a lot of our guys are already managed by somebody. So if we get somebody that's in contact for that person, she'll go to the manager, contact with the manager, and say, hey, we're looking for this fight. A lot of the guys, the up and comers, aren't managed, so we'll handle that stuff for them. Is making sure that that's taken care of, and that hey, fights, medical, she sets up everything.
Damn.
Shout out Emily Vincent,
Mhm.
amazing assistant and manager. And then also too, now my wife, this lady right here,
Mhm.
Joanne, now formerly Calderwood Wood,
Mhm.
is now retired, and she's up front running the front desk, running the front end, running the operations, making sure the business. She helps out with a lot of the fighters and stuff too. So it's really we're kind of trying to, like I said, make it a well-oiled machine from top to bottom.
Is there like a cap on your fight team? Because I mean, I can imagine just it getting
Yeah.
so huge. So what do you cap the number at?
I mean, honestly, I think 75 to 80 is where, we're really kind of pumping the brakes without expansion and without doing, like multiple practices on multiple mats. That I found out that if you have that number, and and we count, we track every I have somebody come in and count the number, every student, every class, every MMA class to show what, seeing what's doing good, how many guys are showing up. And when you have that number, you've got about 50-ish, on a low day, maybe 40, but 50 to 60 guys showing up on the mat with that number, and 50. And that's where it's like, okay, that's good. Anything over that, it's kind of starting to get you get chaotic, because the deal is that we're not like a puppy mill gym. I know every single fighter's name. I know when a new fighter steps on my mat. And mainly I know that because they've already been vetted. They've already, had to go through a process to even get there. I meet him, I talk to him. If someone shows up on the mat and I don't know him, we immediately go up front, handle your business, come back, we'll take care of it.
Mhm.
But I don't want it to be so chaotic. It's not a numbers game. It's quality over quantity. But I find that number 70 to 80 keeps the mat full at all times, even on slow days. We're looking at 30, 40 pros on the mat. And that's where it goes, because it's never 100. It's never 100% show up rate
Mhm.
ever. Even in the gym with the members, we had 1,000 members. If they all showed up one time, we might have some problems.
Yeah.
But so that's where we're kind of at until things go. I like to have a hand in every camp. I still like to work with the amateurs. I like to create, like, I love building fighters. I
Mhm.
love building fighters. Luckily I'm fortunate enough that we have a staff of coaches now. I've invested a lot of money in bringing in a coaching staff that handles the amateurs, that handles, a lot of the stuff that I don't have time for now, but I know it's a direct reflection of, we spend a lot of time coaching together, so they're going to get done when it get done. But yeah,
That
I think that, like I said, the 70 number, 80 number is where it needs to probably be.
Yeah, that's awesome. So do you do anything? Do you do any like nicotine pouches or have a little smoke or coffee to get your mind going, or what kind of drugs you doing these days?
Oh, shit tons of coffee.
Do you?
Shit ton of coffee. Like
Black?
I'm so addicted, it's ridiculous. Like I'm a coffee nerd. I don't really do much else. And I do drink a monsters. I do drink the monsters when I travel. Shout out to Monster. But I'm a coffee guy through and through. The older I've gotten, obviously 46 years old now. So
Jeez.
making sure, just, like the peptides. I've been on a big like peptide kick lately and finding some stuff, and it's been amazing results and things that are helping me. Peptide stem cells. I got a good buddy over at I think it's BioStem or whatever the name of his company is, John Young's, who is really he's up big up in the stem cell world, and has a piece of a company that he works with the UFC, and so I've gotten a lot of stem cell stuff. I'm a huge believer in that, because the injuries, and as we get older, man, I'll tell you this: after I turn 40, the shit just does not heal up anymore.
Well,
Right?
It
especially
just doesn't.
when you're holding pads for like a Cleo Roundtree. I'm like,
Uh,
fuck. I'm sure that's
Bust
just
your elbows up.
miserable.
Fuck yeah.
it sucks, dude. It
Yeah.
sucks. I love work. Khalil's one of my favorite guys to work with, but like when he's dropping the hammer, whoo,
Mhm.
but it's just a sure volume. I do probably, I'd say 40 rounds of pads on average a day,
Poof.
with
Jesus
all
Christ.
high level guys, from 8 a.m. to 11. I'm straight pads and working and grinding. I still spar with the guys and move around.
Mhm.
It's hell on the body. I have full shoulder reconstruction a year and a half ago, and then I got fucking sepsis in this one and almost lost my arm. So that
How?
shoulder's shot. Yeah, and I think I just got about 7 cortisone injections in this one last night, just to get through the week or two until I can get some more stem cells and hopefully avoid surgery.
Mhm.
Shit's it's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So let's do some quick picks here. We got Henry Cejudo, Peyton Talbot. Someone gives you 10K to bet. Who you betting?
Man, that is such a tough one for me. I'm rooting for Henry, being his last fight, and just, I'd like to see him go out and go out and with, the respect and the kudos of winning a fight that he deserves to have. If Talbot shows up and shows up like he has before, I see it being a hard fight for Henry.
Hmm.
So I would maybe lean towards that, but
Hmm.
I'm rooting for Henry.
Hmm. Okay, we got Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett.
I'm going Gaethje on this one. I'm going Gaethje on this one.
Left hook KO.
I don't know if you can KO that guy. He's smart. He's crazy, but I just feel like Gaethje has. everything that you would need to be able to deal with what Paddy brings. And I definitely see a violent fight and potentially a KO. Yes.
Yeah, I'm fired up for that one. Okay, and then
It's a great one.
we have Sugar Show versus Song Yadong.
Well, as much as I want to go, against, I'm rooting for you guys. I think Sean gets it done. I think that stylistically, the fight, I think this is a great fight for you guys. I think it's a great fight for Sean. Song is awesome, super tough guy, but I think that the range and again, the length and how good of a technician and sniper that Sean is, I got Sean in this one. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on the show right now.
Yep.
Told somebody else.
Yep.
Rooting for you guys, and I think you're gonna get it done.
And it's interesting too that Habib and Ali and those guys, they said they didn't want to sit there and wait for the winner of Merab and Peter. They said, let's get this guy another fight. Umar versus Davison Figueiredo. I'm sure you're probably picking Umar.
I think I would love to see Davison get it because I think that's right. That fight is the next. We're probably fighting whoever wins that fight. And not fighting Davidson before would be an awesome fight. I know that Merab loves to have those championships or those former champions on his record. I think it's somebody we haven't fought. It's an interesting fight. I would love to see Davidson get it done, but I think Umar just has a little too much, he's just a little too better than too much better than Davidson in all these areas, and younger, faster, bigger, stronger. I just have to go with Umar on that one.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, well, dude, thanks for popping in, and I'm excited to watch you guys this weekend. Oh,
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for having me on, man. True honor.
Thanks, brother. Peace out. Okay, that's Coach John Wood coaching Merab. Dude, I'm sure. I can't believe that guy holds that much pads.
What did he say again?
40 rounds a day.
That's not fucking possible.
40 rounds, so 5 times 40. 5 minutes times 40. That's a lot of rounds. I mean, dude, he's got a big fight team though.
How many hours is that?
Hours?
Yeah.
How many hours? How many 5 minutes are in an hour?
What is it,
Nick?
Well, if it's 40 rounds, 5-minute rounds, that would be 200 minutes. So it's about what, 3 hours?
3 hours. I mean, that's probably realistic.
Really?
Realistic. He's got a lot of fucking guys.
But he's got to have just pad holders that will help him out.
I think he does. He has a handful of coaches.
He said he had an infection in his shoulder. Is that what he said?
Just a beat up shoulder.
That's
interesting how he goes about that though, like having the whole team. I would love to get there. Already we have so many good coaches here, but sitting down having those team meetings at the beginning of the week, that's something I could take.
I believe he was trying to recruit the old stank.
Stinkers?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they were down there, and I guess old Randall was being wined and dined.
Who?
Randy Stanky. He almost joined the Syndicate crew.
Yeah, I mean, he's popping. That's pretty bad.
It was either that or Randy Couture's.
I know that building that he bought had to have been millions and millions of dollars.
And it's just not his building. He's landlording others now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He comes from money, if I'm not wrong, though.
I don't think so. I don't know, but I don't think so. But again, like when I was 21 years old, he was running a gym, holding pads for Forrest Griffin. He's been around. 2004, he said when he started his first gym, I was 14 years old.
That's crazy.
Freshman in high school, just losing my virginity at that time.
Is that what you freshman in high school?
Yeah.
What happened that night?
That was a great night. I was looking. I told myself, I said, I'm with the first girl I have sex with. I'm going to be with her for a long time. She's going to be that special woman.
Who was it?
And I went to maybe do a little fingering, and she said, I'm not doing that middle school stuff. Yes. And
she wanted to fucking?
She wanted to fucking. So I put on a rubber, slid it in.
Fell off?
No, I just busted fast as soon as it just touched. And then she just said, I think we're better off as friends. And I was just fucking out front of her house, just crying, thinking about who I could call.
That'd be fun. When I lost my virginity, I cried to my mother.
Did you?
I swear to God.
That was the one that Dad watched?
That was the one guy. At that time, I didn't know, though.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? You didn't say that.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah. So.
Well, now you have to fucking clarify that.
No. They know. The people know. The people know.
All right.
That's really good. Both guys cried after losing their virginity.
God.
That's good shit in the Nick, huh?
Wonder if the comments, if they had the same experience. Hopefully not.
Yeah, who knows? In this day and age, dude, who knows? I think kids are having sex way earlier just because of Snapchat, Instagram.
Curtis was he said he was fucking at 10 years old and shit like that. How could you even fucking hair in your dong? He said he had no hair in his butt.
I'm just so thankful that this stuff wasn't around when I was a young buck. I got my first texting when I was a junior in high school.
Would it have corrupted you think?
Yes. Yes. It would have corrupted me.
Did you? My whole experience the first time I had was fucking terrible.
Really?
Yeah, I was kind of pushed into it, but I kept 2 or 3 pumps, drag it out, wipe it off, put it back in. It was horrible. I didn't know I was being directed at that time, but yeah.
Yeah, we got the Pickle Dojo open. It was just a soft opening. The grand opening party, we're going to have some professional game of 2 of the best guys in the world. They're going to play each other. And then we're going to have a clinic with some pros. It'll be January 3rd. We're going to have an official grand opening party, and it's going to be really sweet. But tell you what, hopefully that puppy works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There
was an old guy, Willie, there. I was there playing yesterday, and he came in, signed up. He had some sort of pickleball tournament shirt on, so I knew he meant business. But yeah, we were on the same team. We just fucking slapped a couple turds around.
Yeah, maybe I'll order some flags out front. Maybe Brother Joel's gonna get a video. I can maybe do one of those Facebook ads.
Nice. Well, let me go drop some papers of these old birds down at the Elks Clutch.
Yes, I need to. I got some cards made up. Maybe I need to get the letters a little bigger.
Are we playing Sean and Cameron today?
We could. And how you been doing now that you're Mr. Money Man?
Fuck it, I'm just so worried about being audited now, man. It's fucking terrifying me.
Well, one way not to get audited is just pay the taxes.
No, I pay the taxes, but once you've been audited,
there are eyes on you all the time.
Yeah, so this time I have receipts, so I'm good.
But also we can put it into crypto in a cold wallet and say, "Oops, shit. I lost it."
You think that? Can you really do that?
I mean, I'm sure you could. How could you not?
I don't know, just fucking okay. It sounds good. Fucking, you're going to prison.
How many people have lost their cold crypto wallet?
I have.
Thousands.
Millions.
Yeah, maybe millions.
Did you? What do you think John Wood gets paid?
For like who? Merab?
Just in the last year, what he's made from his gym and fighters?
Probably millions. I mean, for sure.
Good for him, man.
For sure. Especially when you have someone like Merab winning that much and you start defending the belt, your money goes way up, and you defend it again, your money goes. You start getting some heavy fucking paychecks.
Fuck yeah. Nick, where were you on that question too, huh?
I was waiting for it, Nick.
Well, he was at the time, so I let him go.
What were we going to ask him?
I was just curious because when you did the whole talking to Aljo in the corner, he came out and said, "Oh, that's not okay." Blah blah blah.
Hold on,
the vibe was good, so I didn't bring it up.
It would have been fine. Because I think if I would have asked John, if you would have known, if you knew you're cornering your fighter and you know him, you know his family, you grow up with him, you know what's at stake, and you know you could say something to the other corner to potentially get in his mind to where he could potentially make a mistake, would you do it? Do you love your fighter enough that you would do it? I feel like anyone would probably say yes.
Because a lot of people don't have relationships with their fighters like you and Sean do.
And if you say no, it's like, God, I don't know if I want this guy in my corner. I want this guy to do anything he has to do for me to win.
Exactly. And he will. I mean, and you should anyways.
I mean, you can't do that shit anymore. It's fucking illegal now, supposedly.
Really?
Even though that stuff has been going on for years and years and years.
Ray Longo has a really good take on that. He's saying at the Apex, it would have actually could have. Because Aljo didn't hear you. I mean, he could have heard you, but still, he says he does it all the time.
Dude, everyone talks to the other guys and plays little mind games like that. Just somehow that clip went viral, and that's why I started getting in trouble for it.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the shit out of that. But I wanted to say to John, how could you, you're one of the best coaches in the world right now, after you've been dusted off by Shannon Rich not once but twice.
Shannon Rich, he'll throw those heel kicks.
Before he was knocked out with a crescent heel kick to the head, he was
a heel kick to the head. You got to be careful, Shannon. Those first couple minutes, he's an explosive bird.
Well, and then before that, he heel hooked him, and I want to say under a minute as well.
Another thing, he's an explosive bird. You don't say. If you don't get it into the later minutes, you're in danger with Shannon the Cannon.
I've been staring down the barrel of the old cannon myself. Mm-hmm. I've had to fight him, and it's fucking it's embarrassing. To be clipped by that bird, you'll never come back from that.
Hey, if there's one thing he's got, it's experience.
Oh fuck it. Well, Shannon's got decent ground. He's got decent wrestling, decent striking. He's just yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can see you could do anything and come back from it. Look at old John. Right?
Yep. Come back and yeah, what Merab's doing is fucking crazy, dude. The thing is, this kind of stuff has happened before. It's a little different because Merab's style and stuff. But how many fighters have we seen? Anderson Silva. How many fighters have we seen? We're like, they'll never lose.
No,
who's gonna? Chris Weidman. Who's gonna beat him?
Exactly.
Who's gonna beat him?
Nobody can solve the puzzle. I think. Fuck man, Anderson Silva back then. Nobody.
Merab's smart though. You've heard him talk when he says, "I know I could lose on any night. I know how fighting is. You can get clipped. You can get smacked. I know that's a possibility." Not going in there like, "No, I'll fucking never lose. I'll never fucking lose."
He tries to get rid of those variables. He tries to. He doesn't sit there and sit in shootouts with guys. He knows he can get caught.
Well, I mean, he's starting to sit in those shootouts. That's the thing. He started slug with Corey Sandhagen in the pocket. That's going to be Petr Yan's opportunity to win if he sits there and he's like, I want to get a knockout. My confidence is so high. He hasn't been really wobbled, like chinned since Marlon Moraes or
Really?
who else? Henry Cejudo cracked him with a left hook.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't been wobbled like that for a while, so his confidence is high. He almost knocked out Corey Sandhagen, one of the best strikers in the division. He's going against Petr Yan. If he sits there and slugs with Petr Yan's going to have an opportunity.
If Petr Yan does catch him, what do you think he'll be with?
A left hook or sharp right hand.
I'm thinking his back end defense will catch him with something. That's what I think. Because he throws several big shots before he does try to change levels. I think that'd be a time he ripple a hard left hook. It'd be a beautiful fight either way.
But again, it's like before the Sphere fight, no one was even scared of Merab's punches, including us. We're just like, he can't bust a fucking grape.
Can he not hit hard?
But in the second round, he's throwing those punches with intent. He's throwing his whole body into him. He cracked Sean with the right hand. The same right hand that cracked Corey Sandhagen and about put him out. Paul Suge ate that right hand. Boom.
Where'd it land?
And Sean's like, oh shit, this motherfucker's throwing actual punches now.
You have to.
So now you have to respect that. And then you're worried about him changing levels, shooting under. It opens up a whole new thing. But again, if he starts falling in love with wanting to knock people out and crack people, that's where it's going to open up opportunities.
For sure. I mean, Petr Yan's been doing that for years and years. Feel comfortable doing it. You know, Merab, if he does feel comfortable, it's going to be new for him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what do you got on the agenda? You bought your daughter a new rig.
Yep.
And was she thankful?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, her 16th birthday. I got a 2017 like Kia Sorento. I mean, it was.
You got an air tag on that?
No,
I'd put one on.
On the keys I do, but she doesn't even have her license yet. I mean, it's tried to fucking. Bring
So
her
there's a
to
good
school.
chance we're wrecking that car before even she gets the chance.
Before
to
I
get her
even
license.
get out of this chair, it's gonna be wrecked.
No, you wrecking it.
Yes. It's almost did it. First fucking did. But I got a really good deal, and I'm a fucking haggler.
Are you?
Fuck yeah.
Wheeling, dealing?
Oh yeah. I'll yeah. Even to the point of embarrassing myself. Yeah.
So now both kids have cars.
Mm-hmm.
Joey has a car.
Yep.
And he's allowed to drive wherever he wants.
Yep. But getting him to drive a goddamn place is what's hard.
Yeah, we got to get him come here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Tim, you'd be the fucking secret with that.
So Jaden, God, I bet it's a little bit scary having
A
your
lot
daughter that age. Now she can drive. She's got a cell phone. I would be on that like, oh.
Oh, I am. Well, like she was last week. She went to the movies with several of her friends. I was in the back again. They didn't know.
And what movies with who? Jamal?
Like no, not fucking Jamal. No, it was like 3 of her girlfriends and 2 boys that were there. And so I dropped them off and then scuttled in the back and kind of dipped in later.
You're eating the popcorn about 3 rows behind.
I was on this side, like 4 rows behind, in a fucking hoodie, just sitting there. I asked myself,
wearing a trench coat. They reported a weird guy with a trench
He's
coat.
jerking off
There's
that
a
bitch.
wandering eye guy back there.
He keeps looking at these high schoolers.
His eyes wandering. Looks like he's playing with himself down there. Fucking imagine him dragging me out right in front of Jaden. Oh fuck. Oh my god.
How was Thanksgiving? You went over to whose house?
Mia's house. It was the first Thanksgiving without the family. It was fucking very weird because historically every Thanksgiving we go to Lisa's mom's house and she makes dinner and then
You've gotten way better about being around people and not being as awkward.
For sure. Well, I still feel awkward as fuck, but
it's better.
It's all about coming out and being a part of stuff because it is. I mean, I do find myself wanting to hang back and not go out, not wanting. I get more antisocial the older I get.
Mm-hmm. And now was Mia's family, the new girlfriend, was her family questioning your intentions?
Yeah, they did. But no, they're actually cool as fuck. The dad's cool. He's straight fucking, like I said, it looks like Mr. Miyagi, just straight off. I actually, there's a picture of him in a bathtub with a duck in it at one point. He's straight fucking Asian.
So did they like the fact that you're a martial artist?
They didn't talk about it.
Oh.
I'm sure martial artists, yeah, I'm sure they do, but sure they love it. But she's a good girl. She's got a lot going on for herself, and she takes care of me.
Yeah,
she's nice. Fucking, I mean, what's crazy is Lisa said this before we got divorced. She's like, because that was always my worst fear, is losing her. And then, because there's a lot of things that Lisa, didn't do. And she's like, what if there was someone out there that checked all the boxes for you? And fucking Mia definitely does that.
So here's Robert Green. He says, love, friendship, respect do not unite people as much as common hatred for something.
Oh, yeah. I've been
true.
whipped up into a hatred frenzy myself.
So yeah, but anytime the only thing you have in common with someone is talking shit about another someone, it's just toxic.
You're the first one to actually bring that to my attention too. You are. You're fucking for sure right.
When you sit with someone in there, they can't wait to bring up some drama they know or some shit. It's like, dude, good God.
And it's fun to gossip. I won't lie. I like to let my hair down sometimes, but it's so toxic. It looks bad, and then when you're in front of somebody that you're just sitting there talking shit, that's the first thing I think. I mean, you're talking shit behind my back, If, not you, but anybody that's doing that.
It's like hitting a vape. It's that cheap dopamine.
It is.
The vape? Is it cheap dopamine? Okay.
Oh, yeah. So here's from Dear Son on Twitter here. How to increase your aura.
All right.
Number 1, smile with your mouth closed.
What? Here's a slack jaw fucking.
Number 2, don't talk about your plans. Show people the result. Number 3, read a book in public places.
What if you're not reading a fucking thing of it? You're just sitting there.
Number 4, nod instead of saying yes. Yeah, see, that's good.
Ma'am.
Don't talk that much about yourself. That's one thing you always can tell. When someone comes to you and the first thing they bring up is they start bragging about what they've done in the past. I did this. I want to say, you can tell me you're insecure and we can still be friends. But when that's what I mean, you feel, especially maybe it's just in the work we're in.
It's definitely more because of what we do. But yeah, it still shouldn't do that.
Any world champion, any guys that they won't tell you. No. They won't tell you if they're a world champion, they won this huge tournament. They won't tell you that. You'll find out from somebody else.
Because it doesn't matter what you've done. You start bragging about it, it takes away from all of it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Number 6, don't always be available.
Okay. Nick, you hear that?
Yeah, I mean, there's at number 7, there's a new technique where people are creating little microfractures in their jaw to get a nice jaw so they can start mogging on people is what it's called.
What do you mean mogging?
It's like where you just, you got that strong jawline and you give them a look.
You go.
What's a strong jaw? What do you fucking? I got a fucking long jaw myself. I don't know what's it called? Grooning?
I don't know what the technique is called. I don't remember, but yeah, I saw a guy. He's a streamer taking this metal ball, just hitting himself in the face to get a nice strong jawline.
I don't know if that would help. I think there's a thing called jazzercise. I used that to get the muscles back in my face when my shit was broke. And you go, and it works the jaw muscles because I tell you what, when I got my wires out, no muscle in my mouth whatsoever. I didn't have the strength to chew a banana.
Fat face hung up like a slack jaw. Did it?
Yeah. Fucking brutal. So the old Mighty and Guru podcast is done. I'm sure that was some awkward conversations maybe, but I mean, you kind of see it coming.
What happened?
You kind of see it coming. Guru is very strong with his opinions, and that's why he's such a big YouTuber. He's so strong with his opinions.
Did he shit on Mighty Mouse?
No. What was it? He was talking about, I don't think he was something and Mighty didn't agree with it, and so that show is no more.
Just because it is one disagreement?
Yeah, and Mighty's like, I just don't want to be involved with that. Mighty's a respectful martial artist who's been around it.
Just because he just shoots off at the mouth?
Yeah.
I understand that.
So it lasted while it lasted. So
are there any bad feelings?
I don't think so. I think Guru understood. And this weekend we got live on YouTube, me and Joe Diesel Riggs. Come watch along. We're going to get stoned. Well, we could even do booze.
Booze? I haven't drank alcohol in years.
I haven't drank alcohol in absolutely years.
Has it really?
Yeah.
We could powder our beaks.
Powder the beaks?
The beaks.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And we got the breaking news: Suga versus Song Yadong. We also got Paddy versus who's Paddy fighting again?
Paddy versus Justin
Oh, yeah, that's
Gaethje
right.
got announced. Ilya Topuria going through divorce. Doesn't look like he's going to be doing it. And Justin Gaethje, Ilya. I mean, Justin Gaethje, Paddy. A lot of people think Paddy is going to beat his ass. And I'm like, dude, that motherfucker is such a puncher. Paddy's 8 in shots, clean shots from Jared Gordon. Who else has cracked him good? Did Chandler crack him at all? I don't think he did.
think so.
I don't think he did. If Justin Gaethje can crack that kid and he doesn't go down, it's like, holy shit, Scousers don't get knocked out. But again, Justin Gaethje punches like a motherfucker. He's got confidence that he can put one on the lips with his left hand, and he's got confidence he can put one on the lips with the right hand, and the person will fall. Yes. And when you're fighting somebody with that kind of confidence in their hands, and they've knocked people out before, it's a dangerous game.
Over and over, and he doesn't get kind of detoured when somebody doesn't fall for the first punch. I mean, look, he did Tony Ferguson over and over. Was it the 5th round he knocked him out, or 4th?
I don't remember, but
something like that. A lot of
I do think Paddy Pimblett going to have a little advantage with the jiu-jitsu, and I wonder how much Trevor Whitman and them are having Justin Gaethje work off his back a little bit. I know he's a D1 wrestler, but Paddy Pimblett, everyone's talked about, very, very good at jiu-jitsu. If he gets on top, he's going to progress. Justin Gaethje, if you don't have some sort of guard where you can be smart on the stand-ups, you just try to stand up right away.
Strangled.
Jiu-jitsu black belts love that. They're going to take your back, put a body triangle on, and you never know how good they are at finishing. And also, Paddy Pimblett, from his guard, he's very dangerous from his guard. He's confident with his armbar. He's confident with his triangle. I'm wondering how much they're having him train jiu-jitsu.
That's a question. Have you trained with anybody that's trained with Paddy?
No.
Who's a bigger man?
They're probably pretty similar size. I bet they're pretty similar size, height-wise, and Paddy, I bet they're similar.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Armin not getting the shot? A lot of people are saying that now it's more for entertainment rather than the best fighting the best. What do you guys think about that?
At this point, it's like, is Justin Gaethje more of a draw than Armin Tsarukyan?
Yeah.
Is he though?
I think so. No.
Is he though? Maybe not. I'm sure Armin Tsarukyan has a fat following on Instagram too. Yeah, I don't know. But again, Justin Gaethje, he's always showed up to fight. When he signs up for a fight, he shows up. UFC loves that. And he kind of threatened. He's like, if I don't get the title shot next, I'm going to retire. So maybe they're like, well, let's get one more out of him.
Armin said he's had 5 title shots. Is that wrong?
5?
Because we were talking a couple days ago, and you said it was 2.
I think he's had 1 title shot, and he didn't show up for it. He hurt his back.
No. I'm talking about Justin.
Justin had 2 shots, 1 against Habib and 1 against Charles Oliveira. So he's had 2 title shots, I believe.
What was that, Tony Ferguson?
That was interim against Tony, yeah.
Still title shot.
Interim, so 3.
Oliveira, did you say Oliveira or no?
Yeah. But boys and girls, the confidential show this week was a really good one. We had Cameron on, we had the Schmo on, we had the Schmo, aka Dave, on, and then we had Joe Diesel Riggs. We got really juicy with that. We'll play some clips after this. But first, let's get a daily affirmation from Joel Osteen. Here we go.
This guy.
Let's get it with an open mind here.
Quit being discouraged over what didn't work out. You did your best, but the business didn't make it. Feels like a failure.
Pickle
That's
Dojo.
not how your story ends. God led you into the desert because he has something much bigger in your future. He had to close that door to get you to the fullness of what he has in store. Every silent season is not the enemy. Every desert experience is not a bad thing. You don't know what God is up to. When we go through what seems like a failure, it's easy to think, Joel, I don't have God's favor now. Nothing's working out. No, stay in faith. You're on the verge of a new level. God's about to take you where you've never been. Now, keep passing these tests. Other people may judge you by where you are, look down on you, think you're finished. Man, you're in the desert. You're way off course. Don't pay any attention. God has the final say. They may discount you now, but your time is coming. They will see you promoted, honored, in a position of greater favor.
That's beautiful. Thank you for that, Joel Osteen. And it's official. Song Yadong, the Orthodox Chinese fighter who is a hard-hitting. He's fought every bantamweight. He's very fucking skilled. He's fought Corey Sanders. I mean, the list of guys he's fought everybody. He had a very, very close fight with Petr Yan. This is Song Yadong's biggest opportunity of his life, and this is a dangerous guy. This guy is explosive. He's a very fucking good boxer. I see on his Instagram he's doing a lot of judo, doing a lot of grappling. He's a stacked guy. He's athletic, and a huge opportunity for him and a huge opportunity for us. Huge opportunity for us. If we can go out there, Song Yadong has never been knocked out. So if we can go out there and knock this kid out, who knows what's going to happen with the bantamweight division, but there's a good chance we're going to be probably on the White House card if that happens. So huge fight, and we got a lot of work to do, and we are getting prepared. January 24th, it goes down at T-Mobile Arena. 2 strikers. You're in for a real treat here. So Sugar Show is back, and this is a perfect fight to have a Sugar Show style fight. So let's enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoy that show. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're almost at 250,000 subs, and can't wait to get there. Ultimate happiness when I get there. So please help out and comment below. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, everyone. Love y'all. Bye-bye. Okay, boys and girls, now let's take a peek at my confidential show. It comes out every week on patreon.com/RedHawkAcademy, and it gets real juicy. Everyone that's been a part of the confidential crew, they love it, and we got a great crew going on. Patreon.com/RedHawkAcademy. Let's take a peek. Okay, boys and girls, we're back again. Confidential show. Great to be back in here. Today we have some special guests. We have my brother Dave, aka the Schmo, and then we have Sensei Cameron, who has been living on the property, and we're gonna have a hell of a show. Dave, how you been? You've been staying busy. I saw the vlog with you and Bryce Mitchell, and it was so good. It was so good, bro. How do you not love Bryce Mitchell?
One of one. It was fantastic. Got to go to his farm. Was in Conway, Arkansas. Never thought I'd ever be in Arkansas. I've been there twice already this year. But if you go to Arkansas, have to visit Bryce Mitchell's farm. But he's got everything there. A doomsday shelter for tornadoes, tractors that he hasn't run maybe in 15, 20 years, it seems. But he's got everything there. And he literally lives the life of a farmer.
And it's a nice, I was kind of expecting kind of a ghetto janky place, but it's a nice joint.
It is. I think it started off just him living in a trailer, and I got to go into the original trailer. But then him and his wife, Erin, built this home in the past couple of years. You could see where her input is, and you can see where his input is, and you have a clash of styles, and it's a one-on-one place. It really is.
Yeah, that's badass.
Clash of styles.
Clash of styles, because she's
really, very well put.
She's organized, she's neat, structured, you know, the kitchen's nice. You can see where she has her input. Then you see where his toys are and his area is, and it's night and day.
When you were asking to hold the gun and stuff, you sure can, Schmo. He's just a fucking funny guy. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. Well, he messaged me too on Instagram a little while back. He's making, I love you, brother. I love you guys, but I don't think you should come hang out with me until we fight, because I think we're going to fight. I love you guys.
Yeah, that's what he told Helen. That's what I think he wants that, but he loves you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the man. He's the man.
What was the controversy that was the big recent thing?
Well, I think he said Hitler's not a bad guy. And and it was his first podcast ever.
Right.
He said Hitler really was not a bad guy.
Well, maybe you don't want to lead with that, you know.
Open it up, but it probably got a lot of fucking clicks.
Hey guys, welcome to podcast number 1. I just want to talk about how I think Hitler probably was misunderstood.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. So what you been doing? You been busy?
Very busy, doing everything. BKFC was in Rome. Got to be ringside with Conor McGregor. So
that was cool. A hoot.
That was a hoot. He's dialed in. I think if he comes back, he's definitely coming back for this White House card. If he's ever coming back, this is the card he's coming back for.
So he went to, was it Mexico, and did a heavy retreat? Did you guys talk much into that?
So this was right before the retreat. So this was like a month ago. So this is already 3-4 weeks ago. This was when the BKFC was in Italy, the week before Halloween. He was there. He was with his family, D was right next to us too. He brought his Connor Jr. was there as well. And he was just, you could tell he was transformed. Like,
Really?
dialed in, different guy, no alcohol next to him.
No
and
geeked.
no geeked out. And you could just tell he was like dialed and laser focused, like family man, dad mode, ready to go. And then ever since then too, you can see the momentum's been building where he went to this retreat in Mexico a week ago or so. And everything I've seen from him, I think he's actually going to fight. And I think he'd be the main event too.
Damn, that would be crazy. Because he said in his retreat that he witnessed his own death, right?
I think he said something like that, which is crazy.
He witnessed his own death and he's like, oh my God, what that would do to my kids and the route I'm on right now, like I could die. So he said it completely changed him around. So his focus to you, it sounded like he was wanting the White House.
The White House card. And I don't even think it's like, oh, it's got to be this opponent versus that opponent. I think it is going to end up being Michael Chandler, but if it's someone like a Tony Ferguson or a Nate Diaz trilogy, like I wouldn't be mad about that at all.
Yeah, because I think Dana hinted at something. Well, no, Dana must have been hinting at Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje when he said, I'm working on something, it's coming together right now. Or that could have been Amanda Nunes fight. But I guess we could talk about that a little bit. They just announced it. It's going to be the first fight on Paramount. So they're loading this card. There's going to be Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen. Southpaw versus Gene Silva. Let's see how Gene Silva comes back after that beating. Some people don't come back the same, but I feel like he's a little pit bull. He's going to come back just the same.
Yeah. I mean, he's a dog too. And if he would have beat Diego Lopez, we're probably talking about him versus Volkanovski, featherweight strap. That could have been the main event for next week's pay-per-view card for UFC to close out the year potentially, because Volk's been ready to go. So it's interesting how, the tides turn just off of results like that. But he's a pit bull. Arnold Allen, though, he's a dog, but he's been out for a while. Had that shoulder injury. I remember seeing him back in March in London during the UFC, when the UFC was there for a fight night, and I got to catch up with him. He was still nursing the injury. I know he had a while to get back, so he's just been out for a long time.
That's a tough comeback fight. Gene Silva. Okay, we got Joe Diesel Riggs joining us here. He's stumbling in, and I don't know if Joe smoked some of the herb this morning or he is just he seems at ease this morning. He seems like he had a good Thanksgiving.
He hugged me from behind.
Did he?
Yeah.
Diesel, come have a sit, brother.
It's a good sign.
It'd be great to see you.
It was nice. And in some ways, it also, he whispered in my ear at the same time.
He said, shh.
He said, shh is best when you let it happen.
Diesel, look at him. Sober.
God,
look at him.
There he is.
He's got his boots. He's got his Under Armour shirt, and he is ready to go.
I'm excited to play pickleball.
Diesel, how was the Thanksgiving?
Weird, man. Very weird.
Really?
Yeah, first Thanksgiving without my family.
Well, and this was the first Thanksgiving with your girlfriend's family?
Yeah.
And did they accept you?
They did.
They had no choice. I was going to say.
I'd kill every Asian one of them. I was kidding.
Yeah.
Were they Asians?
Her dad's cool as shit. Her dad's like off the boat for Asian, like Mr. Miyagi looking guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
Right off the bat, you gotta give him respect for that.
Did you guys talk about martial arts?
Yes, exactly.
That's the first thing you bring up.
Yeah.
Always.
What's crazy is he's like the head of the Democratic Party of Arizona. He's heavily into politics on the left.
Did you guys bring on the left?
No, yeah.
And you guys got along just fine?
Yeah, he's in the labor union and stuff like that. So that's where we pulls him to the left, not really the social aspect. But yeah, he's cool. Their whole family's really cool. That's
nice. And did you have a couple big plates of turkey and stuff?
I hate Thanksgiving food.
They don't eat turkey.
You hate Thanksgiving food. That just shows how privileged you've been.
No, I grew up on catfish and tater tots, man. That's why you kidding me? That's what my Thanksgiving consisted of for many years.
Yeah. Okay, so another card they announced was Big Waldo Cortez, number 5 in the world, versus Big Derek Lewis. And Sean was saying that these cards, the main event card or the main cards of Paramount, are going to start at 6, I believe.
Yeah,
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Pacific time. hour earlier moving forward, then
That's a great idea.
yeah.
I think it's a great fucking idea.
You lose a lot of people. You lose a lot of people with time. A lot.
Yeah.
Because we watch a lot of UFC with my guys, and it just as it gets later, or with the it's always
You're zonking out.
always.
Yeah.
There's a big difference if you're on the East Coast starting at 10 o'clock versus 9 o'clock, you know?
So then they announced it also. So we got Suga Sean, number 2 in the world versus number 5 Song Yadong.